I see so many people saying that the new TDS event was impossible without admin abuse funds and Molten Monster, and that it is the most unbalanced event in TDS history. I think this is just a testament to how much worse the community has gotten due to TDS making everything else easy, and it most definitely was not impossible. I beat it with the admin abuse and without the admin abuse. I did use Swarmer on the non-admin abuse run, but I only had about 10 plays down, and when I calculated how much damage they actually did to the boss in total, they did about 200,000 of the boss's health. Look how far the boss was. There was most definitely time to relocate towers, relocate pursuits, have spawner towers do the work, and on top of the fact that my Swarmers, if I did not have them, would have been a separate DPS tower that would have been helping to deal with that 200k health left at the spot, it wasn't impossible. The main issue with this event was most definitely how long it lasted. It only lasted like an hour and a half, which was pretty harsh in my opinion. It should have at least lasted at least half a day, or 24 hours preferably. But it wasn't impossible. It wasn't an unbalanced mess. It was most definitely possible, and a sneak peek at TDS actually bringing back difficulty to the game, which is very good for the current unbalanced mess in the game right now where everything is too easy. Now, to be fair, I had a max skill tree here. I don't know how much skill tree my teammates had, and if there's anything unbalanced about the event, it is the fact that it was balanced with skill tree in mind, it looks like. However, the skill tree in of itself is just a whole completely different issue wrong with TDS right now. That's not the event itself necessarily. The time frame the event was available was a bad part of the event, but the event itself, I feel, actually being challenging was something TDS desperately needed with how easy most of the game is right now. Instantly calling something you can't beat first try and spamming the entire channels with it being impossible and an unbalanced mess just isn't right to me. Complain about the time frame. Complain about skill trees having balance in the mode. Complain about not having the towers available to complete it. Well, maybe not that last part, because I did hear this was possible with preset loadouts from someone due to mega servers existing in this event, but anyways, complain about the actual issues of the event so they can be adjusted towards, and not just flat out the difficulty and balance itself. Because if we complain about the difficulty being too hard, TDS is just going to keep making things easy on us, and that's much more boring in my opinion. There are people complaining about the actual issues at hand, which is good. The event time frame was too limited, skill trees being included in the balance are a massive problem, but just saying mass dislike the game. The devs don't care, the difficulty is too unbalanced, and that it's an impossible mess without the admin abuse is spreading the complete wrong message. The devs clearly heard our cries from the past of the game being too easy and wanted to test its community with this little live event before the actual event comes out. I mean, remember, this isn't even the event yet. This was a live event to prepare for it, and there will likely be more reliable ways to get banned crates later anyway. It's not like you missed out. The event wasn't impossible, it wasn't imbalanced, it wasn't the developers not caring, they very, very clearly do, to try and do a live event again after the 5 years that we haven't had one. Just a few factors made it lackluster. It's not a complete dumpster fire. But anyways, the rest of this run is just gonna be no speech, where I did it with no admin abuse. Again, yes, I used Swarmers, but it very clearly was winnable without them. Look where the boss died. That's doable. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you later.
That isn't us! Open fire!
Protect the meta. He can't be free. One that will be correct.